Hello friends, welcome to my channel GMAT QUANT. GMAT is an important examination for someone who wants to pursue MBA outside India. Even the schools like ISB, and if you want to pursue executive MBA from any of the reputed institutes like IM, you have to give an GMAT examination. Now, the GMAT basically discusses four things. First, it tests your mathematical knowledge in the form of a quant. Then it checks your English part in the form of a verbal ability. It also checks your essay writing ability. It gives you a case situation and let you write your essay on that particular situation with pros and cons. And finally, it tests your data interpretation. That is logical reasoning. In my this video, I will be discussing the certain basic concepts of number system. Now, number system is an important topic from the quant point of view. If you are clear with the number system, then you can actually score well throughout the GMAT examination, because in the maths part, normally you expect 7 to 8 questions from a number system only. Now, even the number system also helps you cover the other topics also. For example, if I'm through with number system, I can do well with the ratio and proportion, I can do well with the algebra part, I can do well with the geometry part, and many other things. So the number system is actually a base of the whole of the quant. Now, the number system itself is a very big topic. So here I am only covering about the basic part of number system, that is factors, divisibility and numbers only. Now, let's start with the number system. The number system is basically consist of two main things, or I would say the numbers part actually consists of two main things: real numbers and complex numbers. The real numbers are those numbers which are actually used in everyday calculation, but complex numbers are only those numbers which are used in scientific calculation. Since uh, GMAT normally doesn't discuss the scientific calculation part, so the complex number questions are never asked in GMAT examinations. So leave that part. Now, coming to the next thing, in real numbers we have further two classification, that is rational numbers and irrational numbers. Now, what do you mean by rational numbers? Rational numbers are those numbers which can be written in the form of a p by q. That is, a p is a number, q is a number, and q is not equal to 0. If a number can be written in the form of a p by q, then it is a rational number. For example, 5. 5 is a rational number because 5 can be written as 5 divided by 1. Similarly, 2 by 3 is a rational number, 5 by 7 is a rational number, minus 7 by 6 is a rational number. Now, what do you mean by irrational number? Irrational numbers are those numbers which cannot be written in the form of a p by q. P by q here means, for example, uh, you all must know, if I divide 2 by 3, what would be the result? It would be 0.66666. Since 2 by 3 is a rational number, but when I divide 2 by 3, the result which I get is an irrational number. Now, I can clearly say that any terminating decimal, a terminating decimal means which can be stopped after some time, is a rational number, or a non-terminating decimal is a irrational number. For example, 0.666, 0.111, 0.343, 0.343, 0.343, and it goes on like infinite part. So, rational numbers are those which can be written in the form of a p by q, and irrational numbers are those which cannot be written in the form of a p by q. Now, since we are through with the rational numbers, so let's break it down into further. When I break down a rational number, I can get two different things. One is called integers and another is called non-integers. Now, integers are those rational numbers in which the q is always 1, and non-integers are those rational numbers in which q will be never equal to 1 or 0. Okay, because if it's a 0, then it cannot be a rational number, and if it is a q is equal to 1, then that number cannot be a non-integer. So if a number has to be an integer, then the q must be equal to 1, where q is the denominator, and if a number is a non-integer, then q cannot be equal to 1 and 0. Coming to the further part, even numbers as well as the odd numbers. Even numbers are those integers I would say, which are divisible by 2, and odd numbers are those integers which are not divisible by 2. For example, 1, 3, 5. Even numbers examples are 2, 4, 6, 102, 110, 150, 152. So any number which can be divisible by 2 or which can be written in the form of a 2k, where k is any multiple, any number is a even number, and any number which cannot be divisible by 2 means which can be written in the form of a 2k plus 1, where k is any number which can be possible in the real world, or any integer which can be possible in the real world, is called an odd number. Now, certain basic arithmetic calculations which are necessary for everyone to learn, because these are normally asked in a GMAT examination. These are: even plus even will, or even minus even will always give me an even number. Even plus odd or even subtracted by odd number would always give me an odd number. Even multiplied by even number would give me an even number. Even multiplied by odd number would always give me an even number as a result. Even multiply by odd number will give me a result as even number, and odd number multiplied by odd number would give me an odd number as a result, and even plus odd number or even minus odd number would always give me an odd number as a result. The arithmetic calculations which I have discussed with you would be useful for in the questions which I will be discussing in my next videos. So do keep these calculations in your mind. Coming to the next part, the positive integers and the negative integers. The positive integers are those integers which are greater than 0, and negative integers are those integers which are less than 0. Certain points to note here, that 0 is neither a positive integer nor a negative integer. 0 is an even number, 0 is not a factor of any integer, and 0 is a multiple of all integers. Now, next point to note which I want to discuss here is prime numbers and composite numbers. Prime numbers are those numbers which have no other factor than itself and 1. For example, if a number has only two factors, that is the number and the 1, it is called a prime number. For example, 2, 3, 5, 11, 13, 17, 19, these are called prime numbers. And if a number has more than two factors, then that number would not be a prime number. That would be called a composite number. So prime numbers are those numbers which have two factors, and composite numbers are those numbers which have greater than two factors. Now, how do you define one? Is one a prime number or a composite number? One is neither a prime number nor a composite number, because one has only one factor, that's the 1 itself. So prime numbers, I told you, it has only two factors, the number and the 1, but in case of 1, the 1 has only one factor, that is the 1 only. And composite numbers are those numbers which have a factors greater than 2. Now the next thing in a number system topic is factors. Factors is basically is the way of writing a number into as a product of prime factors. For example, I have taken here 148. 148 can be written as 2 into 2 into 37. Now in factors we actually talk of two things. One is HCF, another is LCM. HCF is the greatest common factor between the two numbers, that is a number if I which can actually divide both the numbers. For example, if I have number 56 and 84, so what will be the greatest number which will divide both 56 and 84? Some would say 77. Yes, 7 can divide 56 and 84, but it is not the greatest number which will divide 56 and 84. So to find out that number, we have write down the 56 into the product of different prime factors, that is 2 into 2 to the power 3 into 7, and 84 again into 2 to the power 2 into 7 into 3. Now the common multiple of the two products has been taken, that comes to be 2 into 2 into 7. that is 28. So 28 is the number which will actually divide both 56 and 84, and the highest possible number which will divide it. Now coming to the next part, that is LCM. LCM is the lowest common multiple of a number of, or I would say two numbers. That is, I am taking an example of 56 and 84. If I have to find out a number which will be exactly divisible by both 56 and 84, and remember that should be the smallest number possible. So I am talking basically searching for LCM. So if I am looking for LCM of 56 and 84, what I would do, I will again write down the products and search for common as well as the different components. Or I would, in simple language, I would say the maximum power of any prime number that would be available. I would pick that power and take it into service. For example, 56 can be broken down into 2 to the power 3 into 7, and 84 can be broken down into 2 to the power 2 into 7 into 3. So what I did, I have taken 2 to the power 3, 7 power 1 is in 50 is available in 56 also, and 7 power 1 is available in 84 also. So I have taken 1 7. 3 power 0 is available in 56 because and 3 power 1 is available in 84. So I have taken 3. So the number which I have got is 2 to the power 3 into 7 into 3. So the number which I have got is 168. Now there are certain basic rules which I want to discuss here, is that which I have also written, is that if I have to find out the HCF of a fraction, what should I do? I have to go for HCF of numerator divided by LCM of a denominator. For example, if someone would say, okay, what would the HCF of 5 by 3 plus 2 by 5? So I would do the HCF of both the numbers of numerators and LCM of both the numbers of denominators. And if I have to find out the LCM of this, what I have to do? I have to search for LCM of numerators divided by HCF of denominators. I hope all of you must be clear with the concept which I have discussed till now, that is number system, integers, rational numbers, even numbers, odd numbers, HCF, LCM. So I would be we would be doing questions in my next video. So do like my channel, subscribe to it, and if you have any comments, do write down in the comment section. So till then, good night and take care. And I would be releasing my next video which contains the questions part uh, very quickly, I think in a day or so. So do subscribe to my channel and press the notification button so that you can get the update as soon as I release my video, and so that you can solve the questions and see to it where you stand. Thank you. Take care. Good night again.